Hi, Sandy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Welcome to the A.D.K Rock and Metal channel. Today we are doing our breaking down and pulling apart series where we take a song, we break it down, we pull it apart, and we give it back to you in 1 minute sections with our thoughts about it as we go. We've already gone away and watched the video and made our notes. And today's video is from a band. Their band is called Semblant. The song is called What Lies Ahead. It came out in 2014. The band was formed in 2006. They are listed as a Brazilian melodic death metal band, which, having listened to this song, does not come across at all in the song. When I read that they were listed as melodic death metal, I was like, hang on, In Flames and Dark Tranquility are melodic death metal. They sound absolutely nothing like this band. So I'm not sure where that came from. Now, the reason this particular video piqued our interest is this has got 39 million views on YouTube. Now, we've watched the video. Can you guess why they've got 39 million views on YouTube?
Other than the singer?
Well, I think in this case, this is a case of definitely this was a video where sex sells. I truly believe that. The thumbnail is basically the shot of the singer. Or one of the singers, the female singer of the band, not the male singer. But let's break it in, because obviously you go into this, we know that we've talked about this on the channel before, so you get male vocalists who'll just be in there and you'll just get a picture of them in a t-shirt or something. But the women ones, you've got Nita Strauss, you've got Sophie Lloyd, guitarist,
Lacuna Kyle, singer,
Lacuna Kyle, Ginger. All the shots you see now, I mean, there are whole Facebook groups which are Queens of Metal, and they're all crotch shots and upskirts and women like was it Taylor Momsen from Pretty Reckless?
Yeah,
I mean, she goes on stage wearing fishnets and night lingerie tops and stuff, and like, it's the point of that's the reason I've never listened to the Pretty Reckless. I'm like, if you have to go on stage looking like that, your music's probably not that good, because your music should be able to do it for you without you having to go on there and prostrate yourself in like lingerie to make me go and watch you. Carla Harvey, Butcher Babies. I never listened to the Butcher Babies because every time I saw it,
I know you know all these women because they just flood the social medias, don't you?
Yeah,
Taylor Momsen, I've no idea who she is, but I know who you're talking about. The Butcher Baby girls. Never heard Butcher Babies, but I know exactly what these two look like.
Yeah, I actually listened to Butcher Babies because I was like, I'm going to do a review of them just to see it. And actually, great music, but was put off because of their over sexualization of being pushed down your throat. And I'm like, if you have to go down that route, I just don't think you're very good musicians. It's a bad way of saying it, but it's just how it makes me think about it. It's like, I don't like that thrown in your face, but we know that sex sells as far as a concept. And the question with this one was Semblant with What Lies Ahead. Have they 39 million views on a video? Is this because of the blue-haired singer in was it cast as a cat suit, I would guess? It's probably the best way of putting it. But anyway, we're going to play the first minute at home, and we'll talk it through what we did on this one. So this is minute 0 to minute 1. Okay, so for that first kind of up to like the first 30 seconds, we're getting this kind of symphonic intro, simple chord progression. And then at 34 seconds, the cameraman needs to be slapped around a lot at this point. Because what do we get? We get shots of all the band, and then we get a close-up of just her bosom at 34 seconds. It's literally just like, oh, there's a bosom. Let's just take a picture of that. I mean, this is again where I'm talking about the sex sales element. There's no, full body shot, fine, got no problem with that. But then you're being really obvious of what you're trying to push here. And then if you take a step back and just look at the whole thing, the venue for this video is awful. It looks like a wedding venue. It's like some stately home hall where they have weddings normally that they've just hired for the day. It makes no semblance of why they've set up a band here with the occasional smoke machine that blows some smoke across the set. Or I don't get the location shooting for it. And the look of the band. We've got some guys are kind of trying to be a bit gothic with their mascara. Like the drummer's gone way too much over the top with his eyeliner on it. And I'm like, I'm not really vibing on what this band's concept is. If this had been a local band that had put this video out, I'd be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. They've hired a hall for the day. You've just got some bits and you've just put it in there. But a local band would not get 39 million views on a video. It just wouldn't happen. Not for that sort of thing. But that was my kind of first minute of the video was not really setting my world on fire. Let's put it that way, as far as like the concept of this band. But Andy?
Yeah, I got Cradle of Filth from the intro, you know, that sort of gothic metal sort of vibe. I did like the first two sort of riffs. They're simple, but they were, you know, accessible. I enjoyed the first two riffs. You're absolutely right. I've noted down that the location looks like a village hall with, you know, with the polished wooden floor. There's probably behind the cameras, you know, several stacks of orange plastic chairs that are laid out for a meeting. They've had to put out the way. It's too well lit for this sort of genre of music as well. You know, so white walls. It does look like everything we've described. The look of the band, again, you're absolutely right. Some of them are going for the gothic metal look. Then the bass player's wearing a sort of raglan t-shirt, 3/4 length shirt. But the vocalist has got an Anton LaVey t-shirt, which is quite cool. So they haven't all got the memo, have they? They've all decided to turn up on the video shoot day with whatever they feel like doing, rather than coming up with a concept and saying, guys, we're going to go like this. But musically, I've enjoyed the first minute or two, or first minute. You know, it's set the scene for what could be a
building.
Yeah.
Kirk?
I would say it does hook me in this musically. So you've got those like ice cold piano notes that it always conjures images of tiptoeing across a frozen lake, you know, before the distorted guitars enter. And I have to say, they are very clear. We are a metal band at this point. The riff, nice and simple, but thick and worthy of a raised fist in the air. And, you know, it makes you want to do that air guitar motion where you alternate palm mute in the bottom two strings. So I think it's a good start. There's a real good thrust to this. It's, you know, chunky, gothic metal song. I agree. I didn't hear any melodic death metal even as this song unfolds, but I'm sure on their albums they must have that sound. But good start. And I did notice what you're talking about, Dave. It didn't put me off. I think what we're saying there is because we take our music seriously. We don't want anything as shallow as tokenism or eroticism to be in the music because we feel it should stand on its own. Don't we? That's what we're saying. And people will probably criticize us as being elitist with that.
Oh, probably, yeah. I'll stand by my decision on that one because it would be very easy as a band if you start up a band to go, what we'll do is we'll get a sexy girl in the band and then we'll just make sure we get her in skimpy clothing and that'll blow up our channel. That's great because we get more exposure and then that means our music will get out there to more people. And I'm like, okay, that is a marketing technique. It's a well-known marketing technique to get scantily clad women. We saw it. I mean, what purpose does the woman, half-naked women in boxing fights have with the placards that walk around going round one, round two? That's not for any technical reason for them to have it there. It's sex sells. And that's a concept. And we know in marketing it does. But I find that if your thumbnail for your song, do you think if this band had put the song out and it was a thumbnail of the male singer at the front looking at the camera, would they have got 39 million views?
No.
Fuck no.
Got 3.9 million views.
So it's not done on music. It's not done on music.
When we talked about boosting our channel and getting exposure, like you stress how important the thumbnails are. And we've tried different concepts. I've had a go. You've had a go. We've tried different styles. So in answer to your question, no, not at all. You know, they've picked the right option, and you've spoken the line direct out of Spinal Tap. You know, sex sells. You know.
It is. I mean, maybe that's what. So we have to have half-naked women on our thumbnails, even though there's going to be none of it in the video. We'll just put them on our thumbnails.
Yeah, ring girls with a. You could use the same one, and on the white of their board, you could put
just put whatever the context is of the video.
Give it a go.
Give it a go. You never know. Right, let's give us the next minute. So this is minutes 1 to minute 2 for you at home. Okay, I'm going to be really interested to know what Andy's thoughts are here on the vocals, because she's using a telephony vocal effect on her voice over this first bit, and I know you don't like this. Now, I have to say I don't like this either. It's basically like an auto tune, and even though it doesn't last for the whole song, she does have a vocal effect. Her vocals are very processed throughout the whole song, even though you can clearly hear her natural voice. It does feel like they've done something to her voice to make it just clean it up a little bit or add some layer in. It may have been just that she's multi-tracked it a lot more. And then you've got this back and forth between him and her. He's doing this guttural vocal. She's doing this clean. I get where they're going with it. It doesn't work for me. I don't really like that male, him and her back and forth. I'm like, what the? No, it's not working for me. It's got a hooky chorus, but it's incredibly generic. I'm nicking one of my notes from my next section that I've written on here. It's basic Lacuna Coil at this point. Lacuna Coil is just without the writing ability of Lacuna Coil. So they've just taken the blueprint of what Lacuna Coil have done and gone, yeah, we can do that, but just not without the skill involved to actually do it, in my opinion. Andy.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The back and forth isn't standard. You know, you mentioned Lacuna Coil, Theatre of Tragedy, you know, other bands that have this Beauty and the Beast sort of concept, which was sort of popular in the mid 90s. They're doing like a line at a time, whereas the other bands kind of done passages and almost a verse each, and all those verses were sometimes different in delivery. I mean, she's no Sharon Van, whatever her name is, from Within Temptation, or any, you know, which kind of bolsters the effect of her role in the band. I mean, she is absolutely stunning. She's a blue-haired Holly Valance who's got Amazonian qualities in her height. I mean, she's a tall girl anyway, but she's got platform boots, which she towers over Herman Munster, who's a vocal counterpart. But I think the contrast of the vocal styles work, but not the way they do it. You know, it should. I would prefer one of them to deliver, you know, a couple of lines and then the different vocal sort of melody for the counterpart. Not this sort of, as you say, back and forth. But the contrast between the two, I think, does work and works well together. Just not the way they've actually sort of, you know, composed this verse.
Kirk.
Yeah, she's called Mazua Lin, the singer.
Yeah, I found that out as well, Kurt. I don't know how, but yeah, I found out what her name was.
And the growler's called Sergio Mazzol. She's actually doing her own call and response here before he joins in. It's quite an impressive alternation. You're right, Dave, about the telephony effect. But to me, that just shows you that she's taking command of the song. They love the camera, don't they, these two? That they are leaving, you know, the only thing missing is winking at the camera, I would say. And yeah, the Beauty and the Beast vocal approach, which Andy, you got into with those mid-90s Theatre of Tragedy albums. You know, you could say they were definitely one of the first to do it. It's predictable, but it's thrilling on first listen. So at this point, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm already thinking, oh God, is this going to be the chorus, you know, the second time round? And then how many renditions are they going to do? So very early on, they're planting that seed in your head. It's like, this is the chorus. You're going to remember it. But just just one point about Lacuna Coil. I think this is better than Lacuna Coil. Lacuna Coil is shit, to be honest. Every song I've ever heard by him, I've actually disliked. They're one of those bands where, like, because Christina Scabbia, she's very attractive, very intelligent. I like reading her interviews. She comes across well. And every time I've gone to listen to one of the songs, I just think, oh God, it's the most generic. It's like a crap version of Paradise Lost with new metal elements. So these are better, in my opinion. So you've offended the Semblant fan base, and I've just offended the Lacuna Coil fan base.
I agree, Kirk. Do you remember we covered Comalies or Comalies?
Yeah.
20-year anniversary, and even I struggled to find anything positive. They've got that one song, Heaven's a Lie, but other than that, I can't. They're just not up there with all the others, and I agree. I enjoyed this track more than the majority of Lacuna Coil that I've listened to.
It's because I like Comalies, so that's probably a reason why I don't like this as much. Because I'm like, I hear Comalies is there's much better songwriting than what this is, in my opinion. Okay. But what's the singer's name? Not the female, the male singer.
Yeah, he's called Sergio Mazel.
He's got a good career as a magician. Look in my eyes, not around my eyes, but in my eyes, around my eyes. Sorry, let's move on. Let's play the next section of the song. This is minutes 2 to minute 3 for you at home. Okay, so I'm going to really say the only thing I really picked out here, there is some nice harmonizing of the vocals between the two. So when they do sing together, they do harmonize well. Yeah, Andy.
Yeah, they do sing well together, but his vocals are too low in the mix. It's not very. There's no parity between the two. She's got the the priority in the volume and everything. But yeah, that sort of that section does work well when they're singing together.
Kirk.
One sentence from me. I'd probably enjoy the music of Evanescence if it sounded like this.
So now you've offended Evanescence as well.
If it sounded like this, I'd probably show more interest.
Evanescence is better than this. Come on. Actually, I don't know. There are some albums of Evanescence I think are boring. That's the thing. Is technically they're probably really well written songs. I get bored of them really easily with Evanescence. There's some ones that are better though. Okay, let's play you. I'm going to play you till the end, but not to the actual end because there's a lot of titles in this video. So this is actually about 3 minutes to 5 minutes 10, give or take. So I'm going to play the last couple of minutes of the song. Open are the wounds inside the soul, fragile as the loved ones start to fall. Empty are the eyes of everyone. What's that Okay, so for the last couple of minutes, we've got a nice solo in there. Again, I'm going to say it's a good solo. It's a little bit indulgent for the track as it is, and it doesn't add anything to the song. It's just like it's a staple. It's a placement holder. It's like we need a solo. We need to break the song up, so we'll put a solo in there, and that will allow us. It's basically just a way to get us back to that chorus section at the end. We'll do a solo. We'll do a little bit of a pause, and then we'll kick the solo back in. I'll kick the chorus back in. It's almost like the Idiot's Guide to Songwriting 101, track writing ideas. And I mean, the reason why we call it the Idiot's Guide is because it's how pop music's written. It's basically, if you were writing a rock song, you follow the formula of intro, do your main riff, then you do your verse, you do your chorus, you do your verse, you do your chorus, you do your midsection going into a solo, you do a little pause, you come out, you do a double chorus, outro. There you go. You've written a pop rock track. It's pretty much the same for most bands, and you get it into about 3 or 4 minutes, and you're pretty much done. So yeah, pretty much set that all up. And then what I don't get here, so the whole way through this video, we've just been in this hall with a bit of smoke and a bit of playing, and then at the end, we get a little bit of some sort of storytelling with his faces and stuff going on. I'm like, what the fuck's that got to do? You've not done any storytelling in the entire fucking video, and then you try to drop it in at the end, and then you do effective. We haven't played this for you guys at home because I'm not playing you 48 minutes of title sequences at the end because this video doesn't deserve a title sequence. You haven't. I don't need to know about everyone in the band, and I don't need to know about who the art director was, because if I do, I'll just remember to never book them because you're shit at your fucking job. Never booking that fucker. Anyway, hate the venue. The venue is fucking awful, and you need a slap for using it for your video because it adds nothing to your actual song. I think the thing is, I probably would have enjoyed the video more and the song more if they'd done it in a fucking warehouse somewhere or an old castle, or just do something that's more interesting than playing in some sort of wedding venue, town hall place that adds nothing to the actual video. I don't know why I've got so angry about this video today.
You've used the word hate and said that the director needs a slap. Yeah, really triggered you, this video, hasn't it?
This has triggered me. Although you sat there and said you don't like Evanescence of the Lacuna Coil. So
I said Lacuna Coil is shit, didn't I? Yeah, so maybe I shouldn't say that.
We are really gatekeeping and being elitist today. Andy's the most calm one out of all of us. Andy, thoughts on the video then?
Yeah, I'll change from village hall to wedding venue because there's a shot of a chandelier for some reason, or very fancy light fixture at the end. But yeah, the sort of possessed man horror zombie makeup just comes out of absolutely nowhere. And I remember now how I know the female vocalist's name. Absolutely no way did I Google Semblant female vocalist. I saw the titles at the end.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, a metal band, they need
exactly to right, Andy.
They need to demonstrate the chops.
Save myself there.
The two Axemen here do a good job, some tasty fretwork. When I listen to a solo, I always try and listen out for the rhythm guitar underneath, and that it's got a real good crunch to it there. So that doesn't get lost in the mix, which is important. And they're using that antiquated Victorian English language. Empty are the eyes of everyone who's dead inside. It's like something from an Anthony Trollope novel. And they repeat that enough times to drill into your brain. You just cannot avoid that chorus, can you? And to the point where it does start to become a bit annoying. And I'm wondering, does it need to be as long as it is this song? You're right, those 48 seconds, utterly superfluous. But I did enjoy this song, so we completely disagree on this one, Dave.
We do. We are in different mindsets. I think it's the fact that it got 39 million views. I'm like, just the amount of bands out there that put out amazing music that will never get anywhere close to like 1 million views, which would actually help them as a band to fund their band, because they're not sitting there trying to do the sex sells point. They're just trying to let the music do the talking. And it's impossible because culture has determined that sex is more important than actual skill. So you could be gifted from birth with a natural thing that can make you money for doing absolutely no actual skill apart from basically wearing skimpy clothing, and you can make a fortune, versus someone who has to graft, work really hard, really work on their craft, and will get nowhere because they're not attractive.
Yeah, but I mean, who wants to watch? I know I do, but
I don't want to watch you. You're not attractive. I'm not attractive. Andy's not attractive. No one ever watches.
If me and Andy would say, "Oh, this band deserves more views because of their integrity," I mean, who wants to watch 4 bearded guys in a sludge metal band? They're not going to get 39 million views, are they?
No, they're not.
You just understand why. I think, yeah, what you're saying is there's you think it's shallow, don't you? I mean, do you think she has any talent? I think she's a good vocalist.
I'm
Zero.
sure she
Nowhere near.
has. I mean, there's nothing particularly wrong, but there's also nothing original about the band to make me. So when I look at, I mean, this has got more videos than a lot of Ginger videos have.
More views, you mean?
More views, sorry, than Ginger. And you like, so what you're saying is this is a better band than Ginger? Fuck no.
Be
Ginger
interesting to
is
see
so
what their
much better
Spot-
technically.
Be interesting to see what their sort of album sales and Spotify ratings are, because they're nowhere near as good as many of the bands in their ilk and their genre. But there obviously is a reason why the video's got the views they have. But they could have gone further. I don't think her outfit's that
It's not revealing.
invocative, to be honest. I mean, she, like I say, she's absolutely stunning, but the music is it's okay. It's not. It doesn't stand out for me in this sort of gothic metal, Beauty and the Beast sort of doom kind of genre. But it's a good track, and it's not done enough for me to listen to any more. But I might watch the video again.
It's quite interesting here. So I'm just actually on their YouTube channel, and every thumbnail has got her in the picture. So they framed her in every single one of her pictures.
They've got 35,000 monthly Spotify listeners, so they're not huge, are they?
No, and they've got 211,000 subscribers to the video channel. Most of their videos are released got 1 million views, but Semblant, which came out, What Lies Ahead came out 9 years ago, it's got 39 million views. Last video I've got here is 2 years ago with 1.7.
Good numbers.
So it's not. I'm just trying to see if I can find a video. Oh, here's a live performance from them from 2 years ago with 136,000 views. So it's interesting. And the few videos that have not got her on the cover have got less than 1 million views. So
So you're not saying peace sells, but who's buying? Sex sells, but who's buying? Everyone.
Yeah, everyone apparently. So there you go. That was Semblant and What Lies Ahead with our split breakdown and review on that one. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.